Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome to part 2 of my recent trip that I did up to Bangkok. Now you're probably thinking, hang on Trev, you're trying to mug me off here. You're not in Bangkok, you're in Pattaya. Yes, I am, for doing the voiceover, simply because when I was up there, I didn't want to be walking around with all the music going on and stuff, and I wanted to ask permission first before I filmed anybody that was within close sort of proximity. So I thought what I'll do is I'll do what I've done, and that is take all the video footage and then I'll talk over it while we watch through the video. So good news is you don't have to stare at my ugly mug for too long. So in continuation, basically I've done a 3-part video. The first part, you may or may not have seen, was the train journey up, which was always interesting and fun. If you haven't had a look at that, check it out guys, it's worth a quick watch. Today's video is all about the nightlife and what to expect. And then the third and final video is I went and become a tourist and I got lost. Found myself on a bridge in the middle of nowhere. How does that work? But anyway, so today's video, what's the entertainment like up in Bangkok compared to down here in Pattaya? Now, I want to try and be as open and honest as I can. I know people are going to say, well, you're only saying that because you're in Pattaya. Hopefully the video footage will confirm what I'm showing you, and I'll just share with you my experiences that I've already shared previously in other videos. So I went up to Bangkok, and I stayed in Sukhumvit Soi 11. Now, Soi 11 is relatively central. It's quite a good place to stay. I didn't want to stay in Nana Plaza, in the Nana Hotel opposite, because I've stayed there many times, purely because it was a great location right on the edge of obviously the Nana Plaza as well as of Sukhumvit Road. So it was a really good place. But anyway, so I stayed in Soi 11, and I've got to say, it was a breath of fresh air to be away from the noise and the hustle and bustle. However, having said that, there was no hustle, bustle and nightlife. It was quite shocking, really. It was quite an interesting discovery and a very disappointing discovery, because I thought Bangkok was ahead of us. I thought Bangkok was far ahead of Pattaya in terms of the nightlife, the amount of girls were there, the vibe, the entertainment. And you know, don't get me wrong, you can still have a good night, but it wasn't what I was expecting. So what I did was I head over to Nana Plaza. Now Nana Plaza is on Soi 4 on Sukhumvit Road. It's very easy to find, very easy to get to. And I won't name drop the bars, because I don't think that we should judge them today on what may be different in a couple of months' time. So I won't go into specifics. I think that's unfair on the business, because right now I think everybody's struggling. So I sat in one bar on the Sukhumvit, on Soi 4 itself, and it was just a really horrible experience. I sat down. The girl came up to me, what would you like to drink? I said, I'll order my beer, please, which I did. A nanosecond later, this middle-aged lady came up to me and she said, oh, hi, how are you? I said, honestly, sweetheart, thank you very much for your attention, but I'm okay. I just want to sit and have a beer first and get an idea, because I was kind of getting my head around what was going on and looking myself. So she walked off. 2 seconds later, another girl comes up, same sort of age. Hi. I'm like, hi, how are you? You want me to sit with you? No, I'm okay, thank you very much. I want to have my beer, sit down, and I just want to like get a feel for things. Oh, okay, you new here? So no, I'm not new here, but I just want to sit down and have a beer, please. Is that okay? So she walked off. Anyway, the service staff came up, she gave me the beer, and lo and behold, she literally just turned her back and a third lady came up and sat with me, and I said, sweetheart, please. I said, you're sat with the other 2 girls, and neither of those are sat with me, and now you think you're going to do this. You know, I just want to be left alone. Can you please just give me just 10 minutes on my own? I'm not up here on a social visit. I'm up here to do some videos and to figure out what I'm doing with my channel, blah, blah, blah. I said, can you please just give me some time? And, you know, to be fair, she did. She walked away. She left me alone. She mumbled under her breath, so I don't know what she was saying, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm sat there, and about literally, I'd only been sat there 5 minutes, and the girl comes past me, puts her arm over my shoulder and picks up my beer, which was half full. And I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I want to see if you need another beer. I said, well, when I need another beer, I'll tell you. You know, I appreciate you don't have many customers, but is this really necessary? So she stormed off and muttered under her breath, and I thought, you know what, let's check bin, let's leave this alone here, because clearly it wasn't really for me. And so I went next door. That wasn't much better, but it was okay. And I ended up looking across around and figuring out, and I went past Hooters. Hooters seemed to be quite busy. I'm guessing the angle there is more in their food, because obviously if you are a Hooters fan, then you're going to love the food that they give you. And it, you know, I don't know what you like or you don't like, but for me, Hooters is okay, but I can't eat a lot of chicken because I suffer really badly with gout. So that kind of limits my opportunities. Anyway, so I thought, right, let's go into the Lion's Den. Let's throw myself into the Nana Plaza. At the time of going in there, it was coming up to nearly 10 o'clock, and what a shock. You know, it was a shock. It was about 9:30 I sat there, and to be fair, you know, everywhere's going through a tough time right now. They really are. And I don't want you to judge this video verbatim. What I want you to do is say, right, at this given moment in time, this is how it looks. I've had some incredible nights in Bangkok, some fantastic nights. I really have. I used to travel up to Bangkok at least once a month, spend a couple of nights up there. It always was a fantastic experience. But like the rest of Thailand, like the rest of us here, we've had a bit of a kick in and things are slowly coming back together. So I went in there. Now they've revamped it. They put a, well, I say they've revamped it. It's been like it for a long time now. But basically in the middle, there's this big square bar where you can sit and have a beer, which I did. And, you know, that was quite nice. Girls left me alone. I could just sit there, enjoy my beer and just people watch and see what was going on. Nana Plaza was very quiet. It was very quiet. And people can say, yeah, but you were there too early. To be fair, I'm not. You know, I've been coming here for many, many times. You know, I've lived here for 10 years. I know the score. There is plenty of activity at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Plenty. But unfortunately, due to what we're in right now and the situation we're in, it wasn't happening. But I did decide to have a walk around and I went up into Angel Witch. And I'm going to name drop Angel Witch because I like Angel Witch. I remember when it was back here in Soi 15 and Mark was the manager there, lovely guy. I used to do all their photography, all their videography. So I was very familiar with the format and how it works in Angel Witch. And if you missed it, in fact, let's ask the question, who remembers Angel Witch here in Walking Street? What were your thoughts on that? Anyway, so I went into Angel Witch and it was just soul destroying. You know, I feel for the businesses. They're trying to open. I don't know what rental agreements they may have in terms of do they get any discounts at the moment because they've opened their doors. But it was just me and one other guy. And, you know, the girls did the show and the show was about as interesting as watching paint dry. But before you say, well, that's not very fair, the reason I say it is because that's how it was. But then I look at it from the girls' perspective. They're dancing to just the mirror. They're looking at themselves. There's no customers. They had literally 2 customers in there. So it wasn't very, what's the word I'm looking for, energetic. The environment was pretty poor, to be honest. Now, I'm not saying that it's like that until midnight and whatever time they close, but at that given moment in time, it was the 10 o'clock show and it was fairly empty. Now, if you go back into when it was open here in Pattaya, 10 o'clock here, it was rammed. You know, many, many times I'd go there and you just couldn't sit down. It was that kind of difference. So that was a bit of a shame. I walked around the complex. A lot of the doors were open, showcasing what was happening inside. There was very, very few customers. There was a lot of people just wandering around, but actually inside there was very, very few customers. So I decided that enough was enough. So I left the Nana complex and I went up to Sukhumvit Road and I walked up towards, well, across the road. Incidentally, guys, be very, very careful. Don't try and cross where there's not an actual crossing. 2 reasons. One, they run a wire through, so you've got to climb through the wire. But 2, if the policeman sees you, like I got caught years ago, you're going to get a fine. I got fined for it. Unbelievable. Anyway, so yeah, so I went across the road over towards Soi 7, Soi 9, Soi 11, all around that area. And the vibe on the main Sukhumvit Road was actually quite good. There was a lot of people around, the market stalls selling all their bits and pieces was busy. You know, the traffic was good. So I went down Soi 7. I've got to say, unfortunately, right now, just right now, it wasn't a lot happening. It wasn't a lot happening. You know, there's a lot of bars. There's still plenty of girls. It just seems to be a lack of people at the moment. Now, I don't know whether that's going to change in the very near future. I guess it will do. But right now, that's how it stands. So leaving there, I went up to have a wander around the 9 and I went round and ended up back down Soi 11, Sukhumvit Soi 11, which is where my hotel was. And the bars there tended to be a little bit busier, if I'm being honest. There was quite a lot happening there. There's a few open beer bars. I went into the German beer bar on, is it Soi 7 or Soi 9? I can't remember now. There's a big open beer bar. I used to love it. It used to be one of my go-to places. I couldn't do any videos in there, but I went in there And if you know the place I'm on about, it's a German beer bar with lots of squares where the girls. It reminds me very much of Naklua Road in Phuket, when you go down in Patong and you go down and there's all the beer squares and the girls dance. There wasn't much dancing going on, but the girls do sit around the edges. That was okay. That was quite busy, to be fair. But anyway, going back to where I was, so I went up to Soy 11. I walked down, sat in a couple of beer bar complexes, and to be honest with you, I was feeling sorry for myself. I'm not going to lie, guys. You know, it was a bit like getting your sailing boat out, putting all your sails up and everything, getting ready to go out there and have a great day sailing, and there's no wind. I went up there full of energy, thinking, no, let's go and see what's going to happen here. You know, I meticulously made sure of the filming. If any of the points where I thought I was too close to somebody, I would say, sorry, excuse me, sir, I'm going to be doing a video. Would you be okay if I capture you in the video? You know, I was really up for this, and I found my first night to be not really anything like I was expecting. It really was as simple as that. So I was sat at the bar, this girl was chatting to me, and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, blah, blah, I'll buy you a drink. You know, clearly there's not many customers here. And I said, I'm going to go for some food. Now, as you know, and as you can see, I like my food. So there was an Indian restaurant. Now, I'm not going to name them. I don't think that's fair, because it's not up to me to pinpoint exact restaurants. We're all having a tough time as it is. But I was going to go across the road, and the lady said to me, oh, she said, there's a nice Indian over there. I said, oh, really? I said, fantastic. I said, I love Indian food. It's one of my favourites. So I walked over there. My God, the prices were just ferocious. They were just ferocious. Like a chicken tikka masala was 350 baht. Pilau rice was 190 baht. And naan bread was 150 baht. You know, now please don't get me wrong. I'm not a cheap Charlie, but I'm not an idiot either. You know, it was like 700-800 baht. Now I appreciate this is Bangkok prices, so I guess they've got extortionate rents and all the rest of it they have to pay. But nevertheless, I didn't expect to walk into that. So in the end, I settled for a Taco Bell, and that was jobs are good and happy days. So that was day one. That was day one, night one. Nana, Sukhumvit, Soy 7, Soy 9, Soy 11, all around there. If I'm being honest, it's still worth going to. It's still worth popping your head in. Have a look around. You never know, you might find something that you know catches your eye that you're like, oh, happy days. But I've got to say, for me, and please don't base your decisions on what I'm saying, just for me as an individual, I didn't get a good vibe that particular night. And please, like I've said before, bear in mind, many times I've been to Bangkok, I've had an incredibly great time. So it's just right now as it is right now. So the next day, I went out and made another video for the daytime. That will be out in a few days' time, so have a look at that. I went to the Erawan studio. I managed to get Erawan Shrine. I managed to get lost on a bridge and all the other kind of stuff. You can have a look at that. I went down. I went to oh God, what's it called? Koh Sam Road. Had a look down there. My Lord, Koh Sam Road has changed. So check that out when it comes out in a few days. So day two, night two, where are we going to go? There's only one place left on my radar. Remember, I don't want to take you to little places that I know that are tucked away, because you're not going to find them. So I thought, well, let's go to Soy Cowboy. Soy Cowboy is opposite Terminal 21. Very easy to find. From Nana Plaza to Soy Cowboy, it's just a short motorbike ride. I think it's about 50 baht, whatever. It's nothing. Now, it's weird in my opinion, and you might disagree with me, guys. Please share your thoughts. You know, listen, doesn't mean because I'm saying it that I'm right. It just means it was my opinion. Back in the day, I always found Nana to be far more entertaining, along with Sukhumvit, you know, the soys of Sukhumvit, than I did Soy Cowboy. I felt that Soy Cowboy was very manufactured. It was very touristy. Let's get you in, grab you, get as much money as possible, and kick you out kind of thing. And yes, you're right in thinking, well, that's the same in a lot of these places. I get that. But it just, I don't know, it just didn't have that vibe about it, even though it's a very famous soy here in Bangkok. I've got to say, it was a big shock to me. Initially, when I went there, I thought, oh, hello, this is going to be a bit interesting, because it appeared that a lot of places were closed. And I was there about, again, same sort of time, 10 o'clock at night. And when I got there, there was a lot of girls. There was a lot of girls. There was a handful of customers. More customers, I would say, in Soy Cowboy than there were in the Nana complex. So I sat, had a few beers. One thing I did notice more so was that the girls were very good in terms of they weren't pestering me. You know, I had a lot of time where I could sit there, just have a beer and watch. I had one mama-san come up to me. She was lovely. You know, she walked up to me. She said, oh, hello. I said, hi. She said, oh, where are you from? I said, I'm from Pattaya. oh, she said, if you like any lady, you come tell me, I make sure they come and sit with you, no problem. I said, yeah, no, that's fine. I said, she said, if you want drink, you can just stay and drink. I said, oh, well, thank you very much. It's very kind. And so I went through Soy Cowboy, and I don't know, I think there was just a nice vibe. It just felt, maybe it's because it's so enclosed as opposed to Nana. Nana's a very big open place, whereas Soy Cowboy is very closed. Maybe that's what gave the vibe a little bit more of a lift. The bars, there was quite a lot of girls there. I would actually, well, no, I can't say that. That's unfair because I didn't go into every single bar in Nana. But I would say on the outside looking around, there seemed to be more girls in the Soy Cowboy area than there were in the Nana Plaza. And I ended up going in a bar at the very end up there on the right-hand side, a music bar, and that was brilliant. I mean, I like my music, as you know. I'm a drummer myself, and I sing. So for me to sit and watch a live band was just fantastic. And I spent a couple of hours, and to tell you what, man, there was a fit in there. Oh God damn, that was tough. But anyway, when I'm saying tough, it's like I'm trying to watch the band, and she was sat next to me. I'm like, oh, that's great music. No. Great music. No, I mean, not that I would have done anything anyway because I'm, with my missus, but it's just, you know what I'm saying. I might be happy, and very, very happy I am, but it doesn't mean that my pulse has stopped. But yeah, she was fit, man. Anyway, but I spent a good hour and a half in there watching the band and buying my beers. Gave the band some tips, for some of the songs they sang. Very, very good, really nice. So I came out of there, and there's a good vibe. There's a good vibe. If I was to say to you guys, if you're going to go to Bangkok, where should you go? If you're going to choose between Nana and Soy Cowboy, right now, at the time of making this video, I'm not saying it's going to be like that forever, but right now, in my opinion, Soy Cowboy was by far better than Nana. Now, maybe it's because it's such a narrow street, there was a better vibe. I'm not really sure as to why, but it just felt, I don't know, it just felt good. So that was my trip up into the nightlife scene there. If you compare it to here, I think it's a bit of a toughie because, don't forget, I mean, the price of beers, it was ferocious. I was paying between 160 to 185 for a bottle of beer, and it was fierce. It was fierce, but I didn't ask. I can only assume that the cost of their rents and stuff is equally as fierce compared to here down in Pattaya. So, would I suggest you go up there? Yes. And I still stand by saying go and have a trip up there, only because you can experience it. At least you can go up there pre-armed and pre-warned as to what to expect. There's still a lot of entertainment available. I dread to think what the LT and the ST price would be. I've got no idea, and I certainly didn't ask to find out. But I think it's worth doing this an experience. And I guess as time goes on, as things move forward, we are going to get back to a new normal. Things will resume back to how they used to be. And again, that's the time when I think maybe you'll get the best out of what Bangkok has to offer. Don't forget, I'm a London boy. I'm used to living in a big city. Bangkok was the first place I went to when I very, very first came here to Thailand. I didn't even know about Pattaya. Didn't know about the girly scene. I literally came from a city to a city. I just wanted a break, and I thought, right, let's go to Bangkok. It's one of the most famous cities in the world. Let's go check it out. And honestly, if you'd have been with me that time, I stayed a month. If you'd have been with me that month, you'd have laughed at where I am now. Because honestly, I didn't know my arse from my elbow. I remember going for a massage, and bear in mind, I had done zero research about Bangkok. I didn't understand about soapies or anything like that. And I just went for what I was thinking was going to be a normal massage. And I was like, oh, she's getting a bit close. What's going on here? Next thing you know, she's trying to tickle my tea towel holder. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing now? God. So yeah, it was an experience. It was something that gradually over time I got used to. But my point being was that, city to city, Bangkok is fantastic. Now I know the nightlife. I've been here a while, so I knew the nightlife. Met some very, very good friends that live in Bangkok. Showed me some really off the cuff places to go to, which I couldn't show you in this video simply because it would just take too long and you'd struggle to find some of them. But it was fantastic. So, would I recommend you coming here and going a night out in Bangkok? Definitely. Just to tick it off your box. Go to Soy Cowboy. That was by far, in my opinion, right now, I'm not saying all the time, but just right now, Soy Cowboy had a good vibe to it. Nana, I'm sure, will come back. Nana was just, back in its heyday, was just phenomenal. In my opinion, it was fantastic. So don't write it off. It's just having a little bit of a change right now. All right, so that was it. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the video and the discussion today. If you have been to Bangkok, please share your thoughts with me. What did you think about it? Was it for you? Is it your go-to place? Does Bangkok give you something that Pattaya doesn't? How do you feel about it? And please be honest, guys. Please be honest. Just share. What do you think about Bangkok? Is it your go-to place? Coming up in a few days' time, I did spend a day as a tourist. I went to Koh Sam Road. I went down to the Erawan Shrine. I got lost on the bridge. I ended up in the middle of a bridge on the river. I was like, what is going on here? It was just a fun experience. So have a look at that. That'll be out in a few days' time. And hopefully you'll enjoy that one as much as you've enjoyed the others. All right, that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much indeed for watching. Please, as always, remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. If you haven't already, have a look on Discord. We do have a dedicated Bangkok area for Discord. So if you go in there and you want to research about Bangkok, there's a lot of experienced people that live in Bangkok that will share their knowledge with you. So guys, please have a look at that and check that out. And if you would like to support the channel and the work that I do, there is a link in the description below, and membership starts from as little as 89 pence. All right, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. And please, as always, guys, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.